Hey guys, this is the finale video of the Serpent's Secret written by Sayantani Das Gupta, and I will be sharing a lot of interesting things that happen in this book. Stay tuned to be amazed. Welcome back to NPStation. This is my part 3 video of the Serpent's Secret. I hope you guys have checked out my previous 2 videos of this book. Anyway, in my last video, I left off where Neil and Kiranmala take the 2 planets which Lal and Mati are inside. And they head off to this marble hallway. And it's all decorated with shields and curved swords, which probably looks pretty cool. And at the end of this hallway, there's a throne room. And guarding the throne room, there's 2 guards with mustaches, and they have all this armor on. And so they're guarding the throne room. So Neil and Kiranmala go inside the room, and there's so many people from the kingdom just enjoying themselves together. They're talking and eating and laughing. So then Kiranmala and Neil go to the king, and he's sitting in the throne. And the headrest of this throne is the head of a lion, which is pretty cool. And the back of the seat, the throne, are covered in peacock feathers. So the king, the first sentence he says to Neil is, "Your only job was to protect your brother, and now look what you've done." And actually, the king is Neil's father. So Neil says to his father, "Well, I will do anything in my power to bring my brother back." So they argue a little, but after a few minutes, a number of women burst into the throne room, and they come stomping up to the king and Neil and Kiranmala, and they say to Kiranmala, "This is all of your causing." So they argue a lot, saying, "Well, look, we can bring Lal and Mati back. Don't worry, don't worry." So they exit out of the throne room, and also with Tuntuni, which is the bird, and they go back to where Kiranmala's, backpack is, and Kiranmala's kind of really tempted to show Neil the moving map. You know that map that Kiranmala's mom gave her? Well, she wants to show Neil that. So she takes it out and shows it to him. And it actually turns out that it's a blank yellow sheet of paper. But the mom said that it's a map, a moving map. And but Neil actually knows. He's seen these maps before. And he says that we have to decode this map. So Neil pulls out a book from his pocket and flips through some pages. And there he says that there are three ways to decode this map. So number 1 is to blow a powder on this map. And the powder is supposed to be made from demon bones, which is pretty hard to get. Either you have to kill a Rakshasa and get the bones, or you have to find a dead Rakshasa and take one of the bones, which is pretty gross and disgusting. So they move on to the second one. The second one is that they have to dip this the map into the waters of River Jogai. And then the third one is they have to look at the map through a python jewel. So Kiranmala and Neil, they think through which one would be best, and they go with the third one, which is the python jewel. So they head on Snowy and Midnight. They get on their backs and ride off. But then Neil and Kiranmala kind of feel uncomfortable when they're riding on the horses. And then out of nowhere, a voice comes out, and they find out it's a demon. So they look back and they see a group of demons, women, ladies are flying without any horses, nothing, are flying right behind them and chasing Neil and Kiranmala. and they get really scared. So they ride a little bit faster, but they're really good flyers, so the Rakshasas, so they catch up with them. So then one of the demons say, snakes bite, snakes stink, we want princess's blood to drink, which is so creepy. And the princess they're talking about is Kiranmala. So they're saying that they want to eat Kiranmala. So they ride really fast, and Neil knows that demons hate snakes. Like I mentioned in this rhyme that I just said, they hate snakes. They don't go near them. So Neil gets a great idea that if they ride really fast to the snake's cave where the python jewel is, then the demons will go away. So they ride really fast, and they finally reach the snake land, and then the plan worked out. The demons go away because they hate snakes. So then Neil and Kiranmala go in the jungle, and there's a huge field, and in this field there's a tree. So Neil and Kiranmala climb up this tree, and they leave Midnight and Snowy in the field, and they're eating hay or grass. So they wait a few minutes, and a bunch of snakes come slithering in this field. And after 20 minutes, the whole field is full of snakes. And Kiranmala says that she can't see a bit of grass. That's how many snakes there are. And some snakes are also piled on others. That's how many there are. There was at least 10,000 of them. So they all start eating grass, the snakes. And a few minutes later, so there's a pond, there's a lake right next to the field. And the water in that lake opens up. And it forms a passageway in underground, which is awesome. So all the snakes actually slither in the passageway. One after the other go inside and slither inside, and it's pitch black in there. So then Neil and Kiranmala jump from the tree, and they go, and Neil knows that the python jewel is inside this pitch black cave. So they go inside, and they can't see a thing, but they see deeper in the cave, there's this glowing green light coming. And they follow, so they go where the light is, and there's the biggest python snake ever. It's at least 10,000 feet. That's how long it is. So they see this, and on top of the snake, leaning against it, is a green jewel. And that's the jewel that they have to get to read the map. And they need this map to find out where Kiranmala's parents are. If they don't, they're doomed. So they have to get this jewel. So the snake is awake. It's not sleeping, but it's pretty still. So they already have a plan to get the jewel. So Neil, he goes and carefully crawls on top of the snake, which is crazy, but he can't get on the ground because it's really muddy and it's quicksand. So if you step, it's really hard to take your foot out. So they fight with this python snake, and it's been an hour. It's very hard to. And Kiranmala has an awesome plan. So she, that bow and arrow I mentioned in my last video where she got from the stable? Well, she ties a huge rubber band to that, and the rubber band is and the snake is tied to the rubber band. So the rubber band is tied to the snake, and the rubber band is also tied to the bow and arrow. So what Kiranmala does is she shoots the arrow to the ceiling of the cave, and that part of the snake goes up. So now he can't move that part. And she ties so many on the snake that she shoots all the arrows, and now the snake is in midair. Do you guys think that Kiranmala and Neil will get the python jewel, or do you think they're going to choose another way of the 3 ways to decode this map? Well, I want you guys to get this book and read it for yourselves and enjoy. And after this part of the python snake, there's so many other interesting things that happen, such as they face a huge baby demon, which was a very funny chapter, and I want you guys to get this book and really, really enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy this book review of The Serpent's Secret, and please comment below and let me know what you think. So this Sayanthani Dasgupta is publishing the second book in this series, and the publishing date is in February in 2019, and I can't wait to get my hands on this book and read it. And the title of the new book is The Game of Stars, and doesn't that look so cool? I am so excited to read the book and share it with you guys. So, like I always say, please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share with your friends. And enjoy your summer, enjoy the weekend, and don't fight with pythons. Bye!